Hey, excuse the hat. In the process of lightening my hair, and 50 Shades of Orange is just, it's not really a look for anyone, is it? I don't think. Yeah, we're at that stage, so hence the hat. Been wishing for colder weather on school run because of the hair situation. Yeah. Honestly, I've been planning on doing different Halloween videos, like fun stuff like that. Some more cooking things. Fun little pregnancy announcement. Yep, got my second son due in March, so I'm like 18 weeks pregnant. Couldn't really think of a nice way of doing like a little pregnancy thing anyway, so there it is, my exciting news. But yeah, I can't, like, the whole creative thing right now has just gone for me. I can't think of Halloween and Christmas and things like that because of the absolute shit show of a country that I live in. If you're not in England, then you might not be aware, maybe. I mean, if it's not already, it'll be a thing in your country too, because most of the countries have signed up to the World Economic Forum's globalist agenda, basically. You can check out on their website and you'll probably be able to see what country, like, if yours has. I think most of Europe has, America has, Canada, I think, has. Yeah, so you can check on their website. Yeah, sorry, I got a bit of a cold as well. Starting to go. Yeah, it's probably the fastest I've ever got over a cold. I use peppermint tea because like the mintiness kind of acts a bit like, you know, like Vicks Vapor Rub. Acts like that and helps to kind of clear your nose a little bit. So I drink peppermint tea with honey and like 1 or 2 cloves of garlic. I'll just cut it in like half or something and stick that in as well. Yeah, seems to do the job. But yeah, anyway, digressing. A shit show of England. Keir Starmer, that absolute fucking knob jockey, has basically come out and said, which we all knew it was going to happen, if you weren't living under a rock, or if you're not the kind of person that like needs someone to tie your shoelaces, you probably know it's been in the making for a while. You know, they've taken vaccine passports and just given them a pretty new name, basically. Nice patriotic new name. Bollocks. Yeah, basically they're bringing in digital ID cards, which people are like, oh, well, you know, you got your passport, you got your driving license. Does it matter? You know, like national insurance. Some people are fucking delusional and they think that it's not an issue and that it's just gonna be, oh, it's so convenient, everything will be in one place. Like, fucking morons. NPC dickheads. But anyway, yeah, there's those people who think it's not a problem at all. And then there's some that don't want it just out of inconvenience. Like, oh, why do I need to? You know, I've got my passport already. I've got my driving license already. I haven't. Can't drive for shit. Digressing again, sorry. Yeah, so basically some people just think, why do I need it? I've already got ID. I've already got proof of my right to work. I've got national insurance number, things like that. So they're just like, why? Don't really need it. And then there's those of us that are like, fuck no. I'm in that camp. Over my dead fucking body, will I be having that card, that digital ID? Not a fucking chance. Because where does it end? I'm not being funny. Every country that has it has slowly infringed on people's rights more, added more things to it. So it starts off just, oh yeah, it's just so you know, so you can prove that you've got a right to work in England, because we've flooded the country with illegals, we've housed them, we've funded them, we put them up in military bases, as if that's not fucking weird. You know, flood the country with illegals, make everybody mad about it, put constant news up about like, oh, immigrant did this, immigrant did that, to make everybody mad, and then say, oh, here's the solution. You know, we'll get a Brit card to prove that you're meant to be here. How about prove that the immigrants are safe to be here? Maybe give them a fucking card, an immigrant card. Like, I mean, not make us have to have more ID, but obviously it's not about that. It's about control. They want us to have this digital ID because then they can link it to other things down the road, like your bank, your health records, Even some countries have even gone as far as to link it to like internet access, like you've got to put in your digital ID to go on the internet. And I'm not being funny, with the amount of like nonsense and wrong-uns, I could see that happening here too. And I mean, they could quite easily say, oh yeah, then it can be traceable because, you know, they can stop posts talking about like COVID during lockdowns and stuff like that. They could stop anyone sharing actual information about that, but they can't quite stop nonsense online, can they? Because they are them. They are them. The world's run by fucking paedophiles. Surprise, in case you didn't know. But yeah, basically they want to bring in this card, and then if you decide you don't want the next booster, which, let's be fair, all it boosts is your chance of getting fucking cancer or myocarditis. You don't want the jab? Oh, sorry, digital ID is not valid then, is it? You can't use your bank card. Look at communist China. You speak out against the government, can't get a train ticket, can't get a loan, can't do this, can't do that. You know, you got to be a good little citizen. Be good. Shut your mouth, do your work, be good. Or you can't function in society. Sorry, I don't want to function in society like that. Get a fuck cunt. Not doing it. Sorry. Sorry if language offends you, but quite honestly, we're past that shit. We are past giving all flying fucks. This country is absolutely fucked. It was a weird situation the other day as well. There was some man went, I don't know what I can say on YouTube, some man went and like, some people, I think 4 people ended up dead, or injured, a couple dead and a couple injured, and he also had a thing strapped to him, you know, like a terror-y type thing attached to him, and tried getting into a synagogue. BBC, as they have, like they just do it. I don't know how, they must have Mystic fucking Meg working for him, psychic, I swear. They reported it on their website half an hour before it happened. Magic. Bit like 9/11. They reported, is it building 8 or building 7? One of them. They reported some part of the Twin Tower situation before it even happened. Literally on the news. Building's still there in the background and they're talking about it, like, yeah. In case you don't know as well, if you are in America and somehow it's escaped your fucking knowledge, 9/11 wasn't Bin Laden. Really wasn't. You got a lot of fucking catching up to do if you still think that's true and that what you're told is true about that. Surprised it was your own government. Never surprised for you. I'm digressing madly, but I'm so fucking pissed off. We had a petition which I know is kind of like asking your slave masters to like not enslave you, but there was a petition and I thought, you know what, it might not make a difference in the sense of how you would hope a petition would, but I signed it anyway for the simple fact of 2 reasons. One, I feel like it gives people hope to see the amount of numbers on that petition. It surprised me, to be honest, the amount of people, because I know of a lot of people that were like, not going to sign it because it's not going to make any difference, that are completely against digital ID but just didn't want to sign it. A lot of people actually did feel like that. So the amount of people that did sign it, considering how many people were like, there's no point, even though they're against it, it gave me a lot of hope, to be honest. And I thought, you know what, we need to give as much hope as we can that there are so many of us that don't want it, that if we all just said, get fucked, we're not doing it, there's nothing they can do. So that was one of the reasons. The second reason was to send a bit of a message to them, how many people are going to be against it and how much of a hard time they are going to have. Like, we're not going to just fucking take it. Like, unfortunately, this country is full of a lot of apathetic fucking cowards. The moment they think they can't go on their summer holiday or can't go to a shitty football game, like, who gives a fuck, honestly? But some people, I mean, people took the COVID jab for a donut, for a fucking Krispy Kreme. Like, that's the kind of people we've got in this country, unfortunately. Is it bad to say? Like, I kind of hope, like, yeah, no, it's probably bad to say. I won't say it, but if there's a civil war, it's going to be survival of the fucking smartest, I think. Yeah, good luck to them. I think it's going that way, to be honest. If the government don't back down, I think we are going to have a civil war. And I'm not really sure I see them backing down, because it's not them it's not Keir Starmer making the decisions. You know, people say, oh, don't shoot the messenger. I believe in shooting the messenger. Quite honestly, I think it sends a fucking message. pretty clear, can't mistake it kind of message. Yeah, just losing my trail of thought left, right and centre. Sorry, this video is just going to be like a mangled rant. Yeah, it's just fucking nuts. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but yeah, that was the reasons why I signed it. And there was, I don't know how many there is now. Last time I looked, there was 2,700,000 and something signatures, which doesn't sound like a huge amount, but when you take into account the amount of people in England between, well, legal ones anyway, that we know of, between the ages of 18 and 70 is, I think it's 40. Yeah, numbers is not my strong point, and I'm getting kind of confused on them. But yeah, if you basically remove under 18s and over 70s, it leaves 30, I think it's 37.2 million people, I think, between the ages of 18 and 70. And then, I mean, you could remove extra people as well to account for anyone between that age that lack capacity in some way, like mental disabilities or dementia, things like that, or people that just don't have internet, or that don't really know about what's going on somehow. Yeah, but it works out to be that about 1 in 13 people in that age range have signed it, which, if that doesn't let you know that people don't fucking like you and your plan, I don't know what does. But clearly, he doesn't give a fuck, because before it's even been debated in Parliament, before they've even done, the course of action that they're supposed to do, the government have responded and basically said, we're doing it. We're doing it anyway. The government are supposed to work for the people. They're supposed to be, have the people's interests at heart. This is not that. They are corrupt to the fucking core. They're not even the ones running the shit show, quite honestly. There's a lot of people above them. Whole pyramid scheme, and they're pretty fucking low on it, to be fair, but yeah, they need dragging out. We need to do what Nepal has done recently. I think it's a prime minister, like, he had to be, like, taken off in a helicopter, basically, to help him escape. Politicians were literally chased into the river and beaten. Yeah. Fucking fair play to him. Fair play to him. I don't know what I can say and what I can't, to be honest with you, but I think you know where I'm going with it. I dream of a day like that happening in England, to be quite fucking honest, because, yeah, they're not, we've tried the peaceful protest, like that protest in London where the BBC are like, oh, it's like 100,000 people. Bollocks. Absolute fucking bollocks. But then the BBC, it's not the British Broadcasting Channel, is it? It's the British Bullshit Channel. Yeah. You can't trust a fucking thing they say. They're ridiculous. But, yeah. Do you know what I mean? We tried it the peaceful way, protests and petitions and things like that. Not working. They literally do not give a fuck. And they're not going to change their mind. They're also trying to push through a bill that a lot of people don't know about. I think it's already being debated. And it's basically digital ID for kids. They're dressing it up as like, oh, making sure no kids fall through the cracks and monitoring home education a little bit more, which, like, get fucked. Get absolutely fucked. They piss me off so much. But yeah, that's going through. So those digital IDs won't just run out once they're not a kid anymore. It will just be transitioned onto adult digital ID. Everybody needs to say no. Like, it's going to take a lot for them to stop this bullshit, because they've all signed up to it. Tony Blair's son is set to make a shit ton of money from it, because it's his son that's made this digital ID shit. The contract is probably already signed for that, to be fair. But so it's going to take a lot for them to backtrack. But I do still think it's possible. Call me delusional, but yeah, I do think it's still possible. They've forgotten where the power lies, and quite honestly, the power lies with the fucking people. If everybody says, all right, you don't work for us, We don't work for you. Fuck you. What are you going to do about your taxes? Don't go to work. Don't go to school. Don't leave your house. Don't spend any money online. Nothing. Draw all your money out of the fucking... Even that alone, drawing your money out of the bank would crash the fucking banks because there's not enough money for it. They invent numbers on a fucking computer and then charge you interest on it, and that's how everybody is kept in debt. It's literally impossible to basically not be in debt. Like the Federal Reserve and that in America, like that's why countries are all in debt, because they invent money that doesn't actually physically exist and then charge people interest on it, so the debt is always more than the money. A good documentary for that is the Zeitgeist, and there's a couple, Zeitgeist Addendum and Zeitgeist Moving Forward. Both really good documentaries to learn about like the Federal Reserve, debt, what do you call it, 9/11, things like that. Like, really good documentaries. Yeah, if they're still up. I mean, truth's not allowed these days, is it? But yeah, I didn't get the COVID jab, not have one fucking jab. I quit my job in a care home because I wasn't going to have it. 2 people I know that have had the COVID jab. Admittedly, I don't socialise with a lot of people that have had it. I tend to try and avoid those kind of people because I'm not going to have much in common with you. But 2 people that I know that have had it, and multiple probably, I don't even know how many. One being my dad. He wouldn't tell me how many he had anyway, to be honest with you, because he knows what I think of it. But unfortunately, he had them. He's now got glioblastoma. Somebody else in the family had the COVID jabs and has melanoma. The media is now admitting that it increases your risk of like different types of cancer, which we already fucking knew. We've been screaming it from day one. Literally from 2020, when I was going to fucking protest. Oh, I know, terrible person, killing people. Surprise, I didn't. I didn't. You can't pass something you don't have. I went to protest. I made videos. That was what my channel started about. I went to my local ICU of an absolutely massive hospital in Bristol, Southmead Hospital. You can Google it. Probably, I think it is the biggest hospital in Bristol. I don't know, it's massive. Went to the ICU there. Empty. Fucking ghost town. I literally got lost in the hospital and couldn't find a single person to ask to find my way back out again because it was a ghost town. Yeah, it's fucking bollocks. The whole COVID thing, bollocks. If you had the jabs, I'm sorry, but you were fucking conned. You have literally risked your health for what you thought was a bad case of the snivels. Yeah, I'm digressing now. Again, I'll make a video on the whole COVID thing. If anybody wants to try and prove me wrong, crack on. We'll go there. But that'll be another video because this one's probably long enough already. But yeah, I will not be getting that digital ID. I will live in a tent. I will hunt fucking rabbits. I will do whatever I need to do to not have that digital ID. Want to exclude me from society? Crap the fuck on. I don't really want to partake in this bullshit anymore anyway. I would rather... Is there an Amish community in England? Because if there is, sign me the fuck up. Whatever I gotta do, sign me up. They had it right. They had it right. I don't know if there is. I don't know if it exists in this country, but that's what I need to do. I need to join them guys because this shit ain't working. Yeah. Keir Starmer, fuck you, you absolute cunt. No one likes you. Burn in hell. Okay? Yeah. Fuck this shit. Not having a digital ID. Not going to be part of this bullshit agenda. And I'm not alone. There's a lot of people that feel the same. So, want to fuck around? Fuck around and find out, because it's not going to happen easily. You will cause people to revolt. When you make peaceful resolution impossible, you make violent revolution inevitable. So, just a simple fact of life. So yeah. Fuck this shit show of a country right now and fuck the people running it. No digital ID for me. Say no, people. If you don't do it, if you don't comply, if you don't go to work and you don't go to school and you don't do all of those things, the country comes to a standstill and they remember who has the power, okay? They can't force you to go and pay their taxes and their wages. They can't force you to do any of these things. If they think they can force you to get this digital ID and you let them, it'll be only the start, and it will be the last thing, the last decision you ever make for your freedom. You sign up for this digital ID and your freedom's gone. You can't decide what medical procedures you want and don't want, because if they mandate it, it's tough shit, have it, or you're, you know, you can't have access to your bank and stuff. Again, if you think that that's not going to happen, just take a look at communist China. There's other countries as well, not just China. There's other countries that have got digital ID, and I don't think anybody there is fucking happy about it, because it gets linked to everything. Internet access, travel, health, bank, everything. It's not a fucking joke. Say no, people, because, yeah, I, for one, am not going to be having it. Cheers.